All right, sure. All right, welcome to Grow with Hopes and Dreams and Energile Coaching. This is a very special session. It's a kind of little short duration session, and we all talk about the transformation. We all have been doing a lot of transformation, and a transformation in our perspective, we can call it as a manifestation. Manifestation, in case if it is a kind of buzzword, if it's a kind of new word or something, you can just the synonymous word, you can treat it as a transformation. How we really, transform from one level to other level, right? How we really elevate from one level to other level. How we really get into the power zone which you always wanted to be in, right? We all manifest all the time throughout. We have been manifesting, whether you like it or not. Whatever you manifest, whatever you think, feel, do, act, and we always manifest. So there, I don't see it. Okay, let me see. In case if you have started, I'll join. If not, I will just have in this. Oh yeah, I got it. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, welcome to all our magnificent manifestors. Right, this is a manifestation Monday. We do conduct multiple sessions like a manifestation Monday, technology Tuesday. We have wellness Wednesday. We do have a terrific Thursday, and then a book breakthrough Friday. And this particular session is kind of casual Q&A. So we've been doing it for multiple batches of the complimentary free manifestation. We have been doing it for the past 2+ years. And of course, what do you get by doing it free, Mahendiran? Many people used to ask me about it. We want more and more transformation across, right? Especially those who want to take a deep dive, feel free to ping. There are a number of ways you can really do it. And here recently we started this Wake Up India movement also, right? So Wake Up US movement, Wake Up India movement, and there are lots and lots of great things are happening. And here, especially being this month, the December month used to be treated as a gift month, right? For people who are into the vacation, who are getting ready for the new beginning, who are really looking ahead and doing a kind of strong closure of this year, so that they can have a strong beginning for the upcoming year. It's also a kind of winter season. Many people are not going out, so they do a lot of inner journey. And two ways to look into it, right? So one is people are stressed. Oh my God, I can't go out anywhere. What I can do? People may think in that way. That's also a manifestation, right? You get into a shrinking zone, a stuck zone, and you'll get into the feel of inability, right? That's another way to look into it, that hey, let me go deeper, right? So people do a lot of ritual processes, or even I'm in a kind of one mandala, like this entire month, I'm also in a kind of past. I go actually many times I go into a deeper silence practices, and there are a lot of things we can do, right? So even the fast, what you do for your for your body, for your mind, for your soul, it's so very important that we need to know how important we are. What are what a powerful instrument we have called as a body, right? Our mind. And once we know its power, we will not even waste single minute, single moment, that how we can really continue bringing the best of the best of the best of the best from all of us, right? So that way. Yes. So especially this, we had just a couple of weeks to get into the new year, right? We're almost here. And whether it's a new year, new day, new week, new month, it's all in the mind. It's not just outside, not just in the calendar, right? It's if you really make today, now is a kind of day for you. Think that this is the moment, this is the only moment you have in your life. Will you not give your best? Will you not give your best? As many times we think that we all have lots of time, right? We just work and thinking about the lot, but we lost the time also. We lose the time many times. So how we can really climb that power zone, how we can really get. So the manifestation Monday, now we wanted to just focus on like what we do here, and we'll just talk about it. There's one 555. The flyer has only one of the tools, but there are lots of other tools, and also we do it, right? So the 555 is the one such practice our coaching community has been doing it, right, for a very long time. So today is the 36th batch, if I remember right. And each batch, there are several, actually there have been several hundreds and thousands of people have been, benefiting out of it. And if you want to just, train your mind, train in a way that, how you uh, put you into a system, into some sort of organized way of doing things, into certain things, because people fail. You can note it down. People fail. Systems never fail. Systems, the moment, how you build it, either it's a habit or either it is, you get into a certain particular rhythm, right? It's something like orchestration, right? So think about, like, people like Ilayaraja, A. Rahman, right? So they do some, orchestra and around it, and there are a lot many instruments, right? So maybe some hundreds of instruments, for example, right? If each instrument just play on its own, what will happen, right? Without any sync with each other, right? What exactly would happen, my dear friends? What will happen, right? You cannot even listen for some time, right? So if we want to just, do it in Tamil, we say that ஒருங்கிணைந்த ஒத்திசைவு. In English, how we can say, it's like you need to have that kind of right amount of, rhythmic, orchestrated, and in a way that, how you really realign with that, right? So the life is filled with an energy. I mean, like Tesla says, right? So he says one beautiful thing. If you want to understand the universe even more better, like understand it as energy, vibration, and frequency. What sort of energy we bring in, what sort of vibration, what sort of frequency we bring in, that's how, we will be able to really manifest, or we will be getting. And how you think, what you feel, what you say, what you do, everything would have certain outcome. And we always have been manifesting, always we have been manifesting, whether you call it as a manifestation or not. But yeah, the outcome is based on the quality of your thinking, quality of your feeling, quality of your alignment, energy alignment. So that's what, we're going to talk. We'll make it as a kind of a brief question and answer. And those, who have been doing it, congratulations, continue doing it. Don't give up, right? That's a way that, I think yesterday also I was sharing in one of our sessions that think that, life is a roller coaster. Just getting from the bottom to the top, right? How many of you have been in a roller coaster? Just give me a thumbs up here, right? I've seen in a roller coaster. I'm sure all of you, right? Just give me one thumbs up, right? Let's make it engaging. Yeah. So in the roller coaster, what happens, right? So it just goes from the somewhere in the bottom, races. You just stop it. What will happen? The power went off or something, whatever happened. Dying, and then really again, get back, might be like a very big fall, we should not just, do it, especially if you're being consistent about certain thing. Stay even more consistent, even deeply consistent, go even longer, right? That's called the compounding effect. So compounding effect, how it works is, so you put a seed, what will happen, like, maybe if the tree is cut off, right? Or when it was in the plant stage, if it is cut off, what will happen? What will happen, my dear friends? What will happen? Then it cannot yield. It cannot really yield further more seeds, further more growth, further more things will not happen, right? So the manifestation is like the growth never stops. You can type it down, right? Growth never stops. If we stop the growth, what will happen is life ends. I mean, life in the sense, the life of that growth, it's really end. And anything you're doing good, and it's so very important, to know the power of consistency, and how regularly you have been doing it, regularly being part of it. So just a while ago also, we were having a real good conversation, right? So about, yes, I want to stay in that field, in that zone, in that kind of vibe. So that, just find out, that's a kind of seeking. That's congratulations. If you are in that kind of seeking, that, you really want to be in that kind of state of feel. How many people say that, you might have heard it, right? So the wrong way of manifestation. One example I'll tell you. Few people are very, very happy listening to all the sad songs. Have you been part of that kind of people? Means you're really, really sad. I mean, for listening for a particular moment is okay, but if you have been continue being in that, right? For example, right, that's a singer, he himself said, and even I know M.S. Udayamati, he has also quoted in his book about T.M. Soundarajan. Many of us know, right, TMS. So he's singing one song that I don't want to sing that song also, but just for the thing, right? I say, Naan oru Rafi illa Raja. The moment he started singing that, the moment, people started, I mean, he stopped getting the new offer, it seems. It really happened. It really happened. If people are into that kind of, thing that, then more and more continue, engaging in that kind of negativity, negative thoughts, negative feeling, many of us, have that, the good, positive thing. The same way, right? How do you feel, right? The kind of experience, the kind of feel what it gives to you. And that's why, like, even in among even some artists you would have seen, right? Even in the movies, right? So there are people, who always, fills the song with lots and lots of positivity. I'm not, going in detail or particular about it. It's about ultimately, yeah, yes, Kasturi.
Is it okay to interrupt? Okay. The thing is,
sure. We'll have a kind of Q&A. I'll just conclude this thought and then we'll conclude. Yeah, I mean, we'll continue. Yeah, please hold to that thought and, don't forget that question. So, the idea is, or basically, in any manifestation, basically about, living, being, and doing. So there are three words, right? Be, do, have. Yeah, everybody wants to have something, but to have, there are other two steps. When you can have that, for example, you want to have a new house, you want to have more money, you want to have more prosperity, whatever, right? So to have it, are you really doing anything about it? So many people say that, oh yeah, if I do this, I will have it, right? That's what we heard about it, right? And how about there is another state which is very, very important about be it. Be it. You need to be it to become it, right? You can note it down. You be it to become it. If you are not like really being in that state, we cannot even have it, right? And even if you have it, whenever you are being in that state, just temporarily, that temporarily things will happen. If you do things in a kind of in a random way, the random success will come to you. Not like a systematic success, not a sequential success, not a kind of compounding way of success, right? So that way, we wanted to really, really be watchful about how we feel, how we be, how we always be in that state. There's a saying, right? In even our parents would have told, right? My mom told me all the time, right? So she told, நல்ல புள்ளன்னு பேர் எடுக்க நாளாகும், கெட்ட புள்ளன்னு ஒரு நிமிஷத்துல எடுத்துடலாம், right? Yes, all of you heard it, right? It takes a whole lot of time, sometimes even years together, sometimes even life, right? To earn that kind of, right, the trust. But once the trust is gone, I mean, once, even with one simple thing, it's like a snake and ladder game, right? You have, many of you have played that, right? So when you play, like, even with one negativity, one anger, one kind of thing, might even put you down, right? So just to be watchful about what we are, and leave about people who do the misunderstanding on you and other things about it. I'm not just trying to take you there, but it's about being watchful about consistency, inconsistency. If we are not in that kind of state, even if we're not really training our mind in a way, or if you're not being in that kind of feel, then just forget about it, because it's not going to take you there. Because these are the way your higher energy, higher vibration, higher frequency continues elevating into it, and it will really keep you there and forever also. Like, because if it falls down, right, it's a kind of domino effect. I mean, we'll talk about it some other time, but if you really falls down, it's a very big fall. We don't want to get into that, right? We want to just go with the flow, and how we really continue being in that, right? So there's a dance, you see a kind of flow, right? In the dance you see a flow, but in a kind of stiffness, you're not really really flexible about life. When change comes, it'll just take you for a ride, right? So wherever it's kind of having some sort of flexibility and getting into the flow, you'll always it'll be easy going, right, in that kind of thing. So just wanted to share about that. We'll just have a kind of open Q&A, and at least I'll be available for another 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. We can have some Q&A. Yeah, yes, Kasturi, you can go.
The way you told about the songs, right? I'm really now I'm really taking it as a conscious thing now. as you say, oh, really, is it really that much impactful or what? Because we
Oh, your
always
voice
think,
is little, yeah, up and down. You may come a little closer to the mic.
oh, really? Today I attending in my laptop. Okay. Is it okay now, Mahendra?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Usually, we never thought that this is having this much impact, Mahendra. The songs, because as if I'm missing my mom, I will be just always saying that, Ilayaraja Amma songs, Yesudas Amma songs, like that. We just go deeper into the sorrow mode, like anything. But now you're saying that all connects, right? I never thought that. Okay.
Yeah. When
Maybe
you
now.
listen to the song, it's nothing wrong in listening to the sad songs and things. But what you feel within matters. If you're really feeling gratitude, for example, mom's song, right? So you are listening to the mother's song. You feel gratitude. You feel more love for her, more affection and more connection. It is good. But anything you gets disconnected from you, anything you create a resistance, you find a lot of reasons not doing it. You play the victim aspect. It's a one-way traffic. Then it's not going to help. Get the point, right? So what is more important is how, even if you think, even like I lost my dad a few years before. I cannot just think in a sadness. I can think, feel with the gratitude. Oh, what a lovely dad he is, right? So how, what a wonderful life I had time with him. What are the memories, the beautiful memories I had with him. So think about the memories, whatever, it gives. And then you'll be able to make a connection. If I am really, sad, and it's not going to many people, and they don't know how to manage the emotion, then they get stuck. And whenever they're stuck, how many of you have seen people after one loss in a family, right? Their life has gone up down, right? Yeah. Or the way, even see any losses, even people like of course I grow my body for a different reason, but for a love failure, or for a different reason, in case if people do it, and depends on how, if they kept on thinking about all the bitter moments or a kind of betrayal moments and things, then what will happen is you are voluntarily falling into the trap of being betrayed once again and again. When you get into it, you'll not be able to make you full, to have that kind of fulfillment, like we used to discuss in our coaching sessions, right? And if you are not full, you cannot feel others. You cannot even feel the life if you are not full, right? We want to just say that here also we have one song, right? It's a kind of feel full, never ever dull. Feel always, feel awesome, feel the kind of fulfillment. It's so very important, because the feeling are very important for the manifestation. And if you can really get that, that is a real light on moment. Yeah, go ahead, Kasturi, you can complete what you wanted to say.
Okay, that's what. Now maybe I'll consciously use other things. I consciously use positive words, positive, like that. I will while talking to teaching kids, and my kid also. Everything I do for consciously I'll do, but this one it is a really different thing. I learned today. Maybe I'll also consciously do it afterwards. Thank you.
Knowingly, unknowingly, people talk about problems, or people talk about like some words, right? They
Correct.
just say the word which is pathetic. I mean, whatever the kind of little negative vibe words, the more and more you say, it is also you are attracting that energy.
But
You
today
get the
morning,
point,
I played one
right?
child.
Unknowingly, yeah.
Heaven and heaven go to. I
Yeah.
never thought that was good. Like that, we have to
Yeah,
use positive.
you were seeing, right, in my even in the regular discussion, I try avoiding those sort of words, if you really notice
Great.
it, right? So seeing that, how we can, not that you should not say it at all, but how you feel. Suppose for teaching, like for coaching, we use those words, right? Because it's needed that, so that people can come out of it, right? Whether you make heaven or unheaven, right? Or the hell out of it, right? You have to get the hell. Basically, like, even in any kind of, distraction, you have to see that, how you really align. So the feelings, if you have a good emotions, you are living in the heaven. in case if the feeling is into the wrong emotions or the lower vibration, lower frequency, then the you are already experiencing that kind of experience, right? The hell experience. And we need to really be watchful about how we feel, how we talk, what sort of choices we have, right? So there have been lots of literatures have been saying about how we say, even while talking to the people. So that's what, there are two magics I wanted to talk about, right? Someone is a kind of white magic, black magic, right? For example, you all heard about that. Black magic is nothing but the negative vibration, negative feeling, negative. When people are cursing, even knowingly, unknowingly, don't curse your kids, don't curse your loving ones around it. Whatever may be the reason, just to be watchful about what word we use, even in anger. Even in anger, be watchful. But it's so easy that people get into that. It's not, people will have ups and downs. That depends on various external conditions, internal conditions, and a lot of things are there. But how you practice matters. At least starting this, at least after listening to this, just be watchful about whether you are cursing. That's why the blessings are very, very important. How you feel, about that particular person when you think about them, feel about them. How you feel about yourself, about your life at this moment. Just touch your heart. You will know. It will tell how you feel. Are you really feeling anxiety? Are you feeling really relaxed? Right? Even though it might create some sort of fear, turn the fear into an opportunity. Wow, I learned it at least now. Rather thinking, oh my God, I was doing it. Oh, will it happen this? Will it happen that? No. You can still take charge and correct it. Get the point, right? So there are certain things which are kind of visible, like maybe the words I say, like you can hear it, feel it. But there are lots and lots of energy behind each and everything. Everything is energy in everything. That's what Einstein says, right? And it's all scientifically proven too. Anything and everything, whatever you see as an empty space, who said it's empty space? There's lots and lots of frequencies are traveling there. Lots of energy field is there. There's air you breathe, it's invisible, but still you are getting that energy, right? The same way, our body has around 72,000 nadis, right? The energy pathway. And that energy pathway is always there. It's always not taking it. Just because you don't know, just because the scanner doesn't show it, doesn't mean that it is not there, right? So there are lots and lots of things behind it. So once we understand how the energy, that's why it is called Energile coaching. Energile coaching. Once we know what our energy level is, you will not play low, right? So that's why how you feel. You can also elevate your feel into a good way, either through your maybe music is one way. The number of ways. So if I ask a question, like, what are the ways you train your mind to be at peace, to be at the bumped up energy, right? So great energy. What are the ways you can say? Maybe it is doing some exercise, doing some
exercise one of the way.
the voice is not audible. Yeah.
Intense exercise.
Intense exercise, or can even taking a shower. Yeah, taking a shower at least twice a day, like morning and evening. That's why many of the rituals has taking bath twice, because the internal cleansing, the water is an amazing cleanser. Many times, even why they say, okay, take water, sip water. Then even if you get angry, just count down and then drink water. Water has the energy, cleansing energy. Water has certain amazing thing behind it, right? Why in many of the temples or other places have the pond or a kind of kulam, right? And why wherever there are river, you see some greatness are happening, because there always some sort of energy fertilization would be happening. The energy multiplication will happen. That's why even in US, right? So the cities which are called as a downtown, you see a growth, because the downtowns are basically where there are a lot of water. When water comes in, there is energy, right? You'll be able to plant, you'll be able to do some agricultural thing, you'll be able to do some get along from one place to other place. There are a lot of transportation, you can have it. There are multiple things, right? So I'm just giving an example. So everything is energy in everything. And the human body is made out of, majority of the part is water, right? We are the reflection of the universe, right? So similar to even in the earth, if you see it, majority of the part is the water, right? Even inside the earth, outside the earth, around the earth, you have water, a lot of water. That means, there's a kind of, water energy. Even we also, why human beings are so emotional. We have a lot of, the absorption level or the kind of, it's a little higher. So we want to be watchful about it. That's why, even if you feed the good thing, all the good things will happen. If you feed the negative things, you want to stay away from those, right? So in that case, the kind of word use more than anything else, friends, how you feel matters, right? Find out ways that, how we can really increase that frequency, right? So one simple technique I can give us. So there are certain frequency musics, right? Again, even while listening to the music, be watchful about what music you're listening, right? Sometimes certain movies, see, maybe Ilayaraja would have really, have done beautifully well. That song would be really, really amazing, right? But the way it has been picturized, the way, the different storyline comes in, right? Or the way the kind of, negative emotions it might be emitting could be different. So maybe if you listen just as a song, it's different. But if you're really, bringing all that kind of negativity, all the things, right? So then it's not good, right? You get the point, right? So that's why, sometimes even, you don't need to just go behind even the movie what you watch. I'm very, very conscious. Even if you're watching 3 hours of movie, right? Or a serial, what set of impact it is creating in you? What just you can just test yourself that you can check the frequency, you can check the energy level, you can just feeling good. You feel good, that means that's a test what I am talking about. You don't need another instrument just to do all the advanced thing. Are you really feeling good? How many houses? There are millions and millions of houses where this negative energy music or the serials or the kind of negative relationships, negative thing, whatever they are feeding, they just go to the houses and then feeding. And unfortunately, the kids are watching it, right? So how many of us are really, really conscious about it, right? So even if you watch a movie which is 3 hours, are you really conscious about what sort of feeling that movie is going to give you? I want to be really, really watchful, before I watch. At least know who is the director, what's the kind of storyline, what is the kind of review, right? How sort of, because you invite the energy, you invite what sort of feeling you want to be, but you attract the way you are. And if you are subscribing to all the negativities, what will happen? That will just bombard you, right? So you have to be watchful about it. Yes, me too, and subscribe, even the newspaper in that case, right? So TV, good. Yeah, I'm avoiding watching TV serials or movies. Okay, yeah. Not that you need to immediately, not saying that all serials are bad, right? There could be certain thing which would be really good too. There would be certain movies which are really, really good, right? So and we want to just be watchful about it. It's not that the TV is idiot box. If you're watching the idiot things in that, it is then only it is, right? It's not about phone is bad. It's not technology is bad. It's about how we use the technology matters. Yes. Yeah. That's what we want to be watchful about it. Yeah. All right. We'll have a kind of any further questions or anything you wanted to share. So even if you have a conversation, just be watchful about what sort of conversation. Is there a way I can create some sort of constructive engagement there, right? If there is no constructive engagement, better stay away. That's okay. Sometimes it's even okay, staying away or pausing that at that moment, or just staying away from that, right? And many times, we get ourselves, engaged into some sort of, talking about someone. Unless it's not going to grow you, it's not going to make someone also change. If you want that person to change, just go politely tell him or her. You get the point, right? So the number of ways we can do. If not, just keep quiet. You cannot change that person. He or she is in a different kind of frequency understanding. Maybe may not match with your frequency. Sometimes it's okay. Give them time and the patience, and then stay away. Get the point, right, friends? Yeah. Yep. Any Preeti Nagaratnam. Yeah, Sarupa, Ramya. Any of you have any questions? Or those who are listening to it.
So, what is the manifestation mantra that you suggest is the best?
What's the manifestation mantra? Feel good.
Okay.
Feeling is the very most important thing. About how you feel within yourself is very, very important. Now for that, so the good vibes only. Allow good vibes only, right? Good vibrations only. I mean, don't even subscribe to the wrong vibration, or don't even ignite that kind of wrong vibration. At least two ways, right? There is one thing which is always easier within self. Means that's a serenity prayer, right? What does the serenity prayer says? It says, dear God, give me the serenity or the power to accept the things I can. To change the things I can. Whatever you can change, changing the changeable is the first one. Then accept things I can't. Like you cannot really, change anything on that. You have to accept. Acceptance doesn't mean agreement. Right? Many times we think that only if we don't agree, we cannot accept. No, that's a kind of wrong way of thinking, right? So we want to just make a very, very solid understanding about that. Okay, yeah, it's okay. People are different. It's okay that their background is different. It's okay. The way they have been brought up could be different. The way their thought process could be different. It's all fine. And once you get into that kind of acceptance mode, then the third one, right, in the serenity prayer, what it talks about, know the difference, which you can change, which you can't change. Many people get stuck in the third one. Okay, if you can change certain things, and there is always, right, you can definitely create the kind of change, because it's a kind of inside out. As long as you are inside out, self-driven person, where you see a kind of responsible person, you're not reacting, you're kind of responding to it. That means you take charge of the situation and see that what best you can do. Sometimes even the silence can be the bestest thing you can do. Even the silence, not reacting anything to it, also it's the best thing to do, right? So at least you can avoid more mess. Yeah, more mess. Sometimes argument, what happens, right? One person says one word, another person adds a little more fire, and then a little more fire, little more fire. There are lots of fueling happens there. In that, there's a damage at both the sides. Rather, the arguments is a one-way direction. Assumption, one-way direction. Judging people, one-way direction, right? And taking things personally, one-way direction. So many people take things personally so easily. Even yesterday also I came up with some conversation. Day before yesterday I come out with the conversation. And what happened is people might take that things so personally, as if they are the one affected. But when it is talked out, when it has been when it's a kind of two-way communication, when you both parties are talking with each other, or one or other way understand each other, you just go above and beyond, and then understand the situation of the other person, then it will not be any assumption, right? So instead of assumption, you can ask simple. Instead of judging, right, you can just find out, seek more information, right? Go fact driven, right? In that case, you will not go the judging mode, right? You want to judge what he does, right? He or she does, right, in the profession. They look at the fact, whichever fact is is higher. Gunam nadi, kutramum nadi, அவற்றுள் மிகை நாடி மிக்க கொள்ளல், right? Electrifying says, it says like how I can really analyze which are the goodness in it, not goodness in it. Just whichever is higher, just make that kind of decision. Then it is becoming a decision, not a judgment. Judgment is not a decision. Let me put it that way. Many people judge. Many people create their own opinion. They just come throw their mess on you. You don't need to accept all the mess, whatever has been thrown at you, right? And just because someone said it's not a true, just do the kind of an analysis and then find out, is it really true? Can I really trust? Is there any trustable fact is there? Is there any evidence is there? Sometimes even we should not fall into the false evidence too. It's so easy that, just with the limited information, people make the judgment. Just with the limited evidences, limited information. And like a mullah story, right? You want to listen to the mullah story? Yeah. Mullah Nasruddin. So his wife. So first day, he comes to the house. He was, wearing the shirt, and then while removing the shirt, he saw one big hair, okay, in this. So his wife got a doubt, okay. Oh my God, you got you got a relationship with another woman who has a long hair. She started crying. Okay. He was trying to explain and then do it, and then nothing could happen. The next day, right, he was very careful. Is there any big hair or anything? He didn't see it. Oh, now today, I can go live the day very, very peacefully. Then he goes again. She finds another small hair, right, which is a kind of white hair. And then she started crying again, and then started saying, oh my God, you got a relationship with another person who has a white hair. It's the person of different race or a different level. Then he started crying. Then the third day, he was super conscious and wanted to make sure that nothing is there in their shirt. Okay, so he made sure that it was quality check, everything is done. Yes, nothing is hiding, no hair, right? Not even his own hair is on the shirt. Then when she started crying again, she started crying, thinking that, oh my God, today you got a relationship with the person who has a bald head. Get the point, right? I mean, it's a mullah story. I'm just giving us an example. If you can fall into finding fault in someone, you can always find fault. Get the point, right? It's just a kind of story. Okay, it can even be the other way. It doesn't need to be, don't bring the point that, oh, is it for the woman or man? Yeah, basically, it's all, basically, the universe doesn't see by the gender. Gender is more for, maybe there are certain specific, reproductions, and there are different things, but there are lots and lots of things, which are common. Not just the human being, even non-human being. It's a big science, but basically, what's the most important is that, how any communication, if it is a one-way communication, like whatever I spoke about, it's not called communication. Don't even call it as a communication. Is the argument equal to communication? No. It just has one side of truth. And then you try to make that side of the truth as the real. The other person always proves. In argument, what happens? Both sides, either of them wanted to prove something, but the other person is not ready to accept. Then it cannot be called as a communication. Better what we can do, avoid or give the facts and then, walk away. That's okay, even if you have been misunderstood. It's okay, You get the point, right? All of you getting the value? Yeah. So the mantra, what I would say, Sarupa, see, the universe has 3 languages, right? Today also we had one special session in our daily gratitude. Universe has 3 languages. Language of love, language of Anbu Moli, Amidi Moli, language of peace. Then Isaivu Moli, language of music or the frequency, right? So love, peace, and frequency. Just see that, are you into that? If you are into that, congratulations. You are in that mantra. Sarupa. Got it? High five? Yeah. If something is lacking, even in relationship, that means add a little more love. Just give a commitment that, can I add more love? Even if work is frustrating, add more love to the work, to do what you do. And if certain things are kind of, maybe, for example, if you're not really good at, I'm just giving an example, right? If you're learning some new skill, for example, cooking, if you're not good at it, add more love to it. And then add peace to it. Peace is what? I'm not giving P-I-E-C-E. It is P-E-A-C-E, right? Peace. The peace is going to make you to be at patience. You're able to, what does the peace really gift you? The peace always gifts you to process it, to understand it, to have patience. Yeah. So the lot of things the peace will give. So these 3, yeah. High five. Yeah, got it.
Yes, thank you.
Most welcome. So there are certain universal laws. Once we understand how the universe works, then you will see all the greatness in it. Yeah. Any further question? Otherwise, we'll conclude. 2 minutes. Yes, so let me remind, okay, there's a 555 manifestation. I'll also share the previous YouTube link. You can just see that how exactly it works. There are many people who have been really benefited, and since a few of you are new, and you can just listen to it, I will also post that link, under this, like even in the YouTube link, and you can just practice it. It's really going to transform your life, right? That also has certain law of attraction based hacks. I won't call it as hack. Basically, it's about technique, tool, right tool, right? It's not about, you're not going to trick anybody. People just try to bring all the things as tricks. Rather tricks, call it as a tips or techniques. You get the point, right? Are you going to trick someone? It's basically, you don't need to trick. And many times people say, fake it until you make it, At least personally, from my perspective, you don't need to fake. The moment you know fake, and then you try to do it, that means, it's not going to work really. But there's a process, there's a scientific process, there is a logical element to it, there's a magical element to it, right? So that's what now we need to do. So you don't need to trick someone, you don't need to trick yourself, because the mind is not that dumb. You get the point, right? This is just my, my sincere understanding, and that works very well for me. Yeah, that's what I'm sharing. Good. We'll conclude for today. Yep. So continue manifesting, continue being aware of what you think, what you feel, what you say, what you do, whom you are around, how you are, whom you are around. I'll also tell. Okay, so good news. Yes, you are owning your thoughts. Not so good news. Your thoughts are not always good. Yeah, so you want to be watchful about, give a smiley. Yes, it is true. Your thoughts are not always good, right? Means it's not pointing at you. It is how it is. It's working, right? So we want to be watchful about, because more than 80 to 90% of the thoughts out of 60 to 80,000 thoughts, whatever we get every day, are negative or repetitive, and it will come. So just be aware of it, and then see that where you need to focus. Just shift your focus, you'll be fine. Yes, Ramya, you can ask question. Yeah. With Ramya's question, we'll conclude. Yeah.
இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 5 மெம்பர்ஸ் சேர்ந்துட்டு நீ அதை செஞ்சிருக்கலாம்ல அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அப்படி ரொம்ப போர்ஸ் பண்றாங்க சார். அதுக்கு பதில் சொல்ல முடியலைங்க சார்.
So there are, okay, generally whatever I hear is 4 பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க அப்படின்னு. Those 4 persons will come. Here there are 5 persons. Okay, 5 or 6 persons. Just on a fun note. But yeah, I understand. Basically, there are people, especially when you listen to others, even you say something, right? Unless it has a fact. Yeah, Ramya, go ahead.
இந்த மாதிரி அவங்க ஃபோர்ஸ் பண்றப்ப பதில் சொல்ல முடியாம அழுக வர மாதிரி ஆயிடுதுங்க சார்.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here, in our coaching sessions also we talk about, victim or victorious. Just find out, are you playing a victim role or a victorious role? Are you playing in your power zone or others disempowering power zone? There are 2 ways, right? So the power zone can be empowering or disempowering. Your thoughts have a empowering, disempowering. Your words has a empowering or disempowering. You get the point, right? So always find out, where it is, right? For example, the jealousness, is it an empowering thought or disempowering thought? Disempowering thought, correct? At the same time, if you feel inspired, is it an empowering thought? Disempowering thought. Same people whom you may be jealous or the others are jealous, rather being jealous, you can get inspired. You can say that, he is my pride, she is my pride, oh, she is my. You get the point, right? So the same way, just find out in similar to the words which has an empowerment or a disempowerment, even our people also, whether they are bringing the empowerment or disempowerment. Many times, even if it shows like a disempowerment also, irrespective of the case, you need to find by the fact. If the fact is towards the empowerment, nothing wrong in listening to them. Sometimes even the critics, we get critics from life, right? So people come with a lot of critics. And if that critics is going to make me as a better person, then I can listen to it. If that's not going to make you as a better person, it's going to shrink you, it's going to destroy you, it's going to do, then, you need to just be watchful. You need to claim your power. You need to talk for yourself. You need to see that, or just find out, just patiently ask them some question, very powerful question. And then ask that, based on what they say, then see, and if you can learn anything through it. If not, you remember the serenity prayer. You can just apply the same concept that, changing the changeable. In that situation, what all you can change? Whether you can be assertive about saying it. In this case, if you are really reactive, then it's a push driven. Anybody can just, like, even when the seed is growing, like one goat can come and eat away. Yes, if you are not watchful about it, if you don't put your fence around it, right? உங்களை சுத்தி வேலி போட்டுக்கலன்னா அந்த செடியை எந்த ஆடு கூட வந்து கடிச்சிட்டு எடுத்துக்கிட்டு போயிடுமா? Yes. So we want to be just so, anybody can just beat me, anybody can just, damage me. Do we want to really keep that way? Or you just stay stronger, you put a fence around it. You create a safety net around you, right? So that safety net is what, especially for women, it's more needed. Everybody is needed, especially for the children or elders or the people who are loveful, who are really vulnerable. They need it most, right? People, who can talk, and how we can really talk, how you process it, all matters. So in this case, what I highly suggest and recommend is, if it is a kind of empowering, just go for it. If it is disempowering, just collect the facts and then say, stand, claim your power, step into the power zone. Basically, the confidence, right? The how you really show up yourself, how you really, talk, or talk to the person, whomever is involved, right? It can be even, rather going with the third, fourth, fifth person of referential person, they make it even more complicated. And sometimes, it's like a different syllabus. There are certain things to be solved between two persons. You let those two persons be involved, rather bringing third, fourth, fifth, sixth. You get the point, right? Otherwise, everybody brings their opinion. It may not be fact. If people are bringing their opinion, if you make opinion and opinion talk, it will bring another opinion, no fact. Get the point? It's a bulb on, just everybody. Is it really helpful? Yeah. So if not, it will be an opinion and opinion only will talk. The perception and perception will talk. The paradigm and paradigm will talk. If one person is fearful, they bring another fear. They bring another fear. Even they are afraid, they will also make you to feel afraid. Get the point, right? So we want to be watchful about, these things. Then you have to see, you should not get into fear zone. You have to get in a courage zone. What is the courage? Yeah. So in that stage, what you need to do is, you need to see that even though you have lesser evidences, right? Just today, Wake Up USA movement, I was talking, right, in that coaching sessions. Even though you step into certain new thing where you have comparatively lesser evidence, but your insight will say that, it's not right, or this is right. What you feel, what you stand for, right? What value you want to give for. And then, you just stand for it, fight for it, get for it, go for it. You get the point, right? And then you need to train your mind that way, because maybe, for a long time, people might, put, there are always oppressor, oppressee, always, whether it's a work friend, whether it's a social friend or a family friend, everywhere it would come. Okay. But whenever there is kind of, the equal, this energy resonates with the other energy resonates with this energy, then, there's a kind of, conversation. If there's only one energy which is dominating so much, right? Then you need to just, even though you are shaking inside, the truth is unshakable. You agree? Even though the person who says may be shaking a little bit, but if the truth is, fact is really unshakable, talk the truth. Everybody will listen. Everybody. Even though how weak the person is, you can make the truth to speak, your accent to speak, your result should speak. Get the point, right? So there are a number of ways. Hope that answers, Ramya.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Claim the power. Empower yourself. Not that everyone may be empowering you. You may get, that means you're good. Big high five to you. In case if you are not really getting that kind of support, right? You have to speak for yourself. You have to speak for yourself. Sometimes, let me put it this way, right? Even if the entire world doubts you, or disempowers you, or puts you down, but you have the power, you have the confidence in you, you have the courage in you, what will happen? Then you will win. Even if the entire world, let me put it this way, right? Even if everybody do not believe you, but you believe in yourself. Who is the winner here? You are the winner. Even if everybody believes you, but you don't believe in yourself. Who is the winner? Or who is the loser? Even if though everybody believes in you, but you don't believe in yourself, then what happened? So here, the point is about going with the courage, going with the belief, going with the fact, going with the truth. Even if you're shaking, talk to the truth, talk about the truth. That is where we can really stand by ourselves, right? If two persons are there, let me also say this. There are assume that, okay, it's a my way, others way. There's also a truth way. If my way is not at the truth side, as soon as possible, I have to find the truth and get and talk the truth, fact. Okay. If others' way is not truthful, you don't need to worry about it, or you don't need to. I mean, of course, we cannot ignore it in some conditions, but you have to stand for your truth, and you should make the truth to speak for you. Sometimes it may take time. That's okay. Patience, passion, both are important. So sometimes, you have to approach with the passionate also, and with the patience also. Sometimes it takes little time because we got so used to it. So used to it. Always, someone is directing, someone is making it dependent, someone is always, pointing at the finger. How long you can hold it? The moment you turn back and then claim the power, then charge. Sometimes, you can even educate. And of course, you cannot just go explain, prove yourself to everybody. You can prove to yourself. You can prove to yourself and just talk to the person directly, whomever is there. Just have an open heart-to-heart kind of conversation. And then, just to solve it rather. And then bring out the kind of fact. Get the point, right? So sometimes, things are not just because if you get it, that story. Let me also say that other story of the donkey, that the father and son who takes the donkey to a market. You heard that story, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Then, the first, he goes, they both are going. Then someone on the village, they just saw, see, what kind of guys these are. They can just, there is one donkey which is just going. At least, they can use the donkey, right? And he makes the father makes the son to walk in this hot sun. What will happen to his feet? Oh my God, what sort of father? Then, he thought, oh yeah, okay, let me make, right? So then, he made the sun to set. And then the donkey is going. Then they reach the other village. The other village again, they say, okay, they see that the donkey can really, is very strong. Even two persons can even, go. Why he is walking? He can also sit, right? What sort of fool he is? Something like that. They're talking the village, right? I mean, not village. Basically, the outsider. They bring some sort of opinion, right? Then, they both sitting. And then in the next village, they come. Oh my God, they don't have even simple mercy for the donkey. They just, they both are sitting. What happens to this donkey? Okay. Then they both get down. Then they're just now going. Then other person talks about, oh, in this hot sun, the donkey is walking. The guys are not even having any mercy. Then they both started carrying the donkey in their shoulder, right? Then they are talking. If you continue listening to every individual, what will happen? You ought to just keep on satisfying one after one after one after. Then who is the most person who has been hurt or who is not able to move forward? That could be you. So we need to just step into the power and then see that how we can do, right? So there are a lot of things, but again, situation differs, but I wanted to make it understandable even for others. It could be useful. How many of you others are really finding this conversation useful, friends? Yes, whomever is listening. Yep. Yep. Any further question or any takeaway? Not, we'll just conclude for now. Just few of you can just share the takeaways. So what you got out of it, or anything you wanted to add. We'll conclude with that. Any takeaways? Kasturi, Swarupa, Preeti. Preeti, you're here for the first day. Welcome. Not sure if I know your name sounds very, very familiar. No, let's continue.
Hello, sir. Yeah, this is the first time I'm joining the call.
All right.
It was a nice session. I joined a little late. I couldn't be in the full session, but the last 30 minutes conversation was really useful. How we have to keep ourselves motivated, how we have to take care of our thoughts and all. It is very useful actually. We have to be very careful what I'm thinking, so that we should be a little cautious what we are thinking, so how it affects our life. So that is very useful.
All right. Thank you. You're most welcome. Yeah.
Mahendiran, Kasturi here. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Every time you are giving a new perspective on Mahendiran. That is why, as I told you, I just wanted to be always connected. That is a great feel that I have. That is a good feedback I want to give you. Being there, there is literally that is my presence. My what is it? Being connected with you is my real feedback. Mahendiran, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, always be connected with the abundance, with the fact, or with the person who speaks that fact and the truth, right?
Correct.
So many people, may get into the shiny object syndrome, right? We were also talking in the previous sessions, and we need to find, where you really get the holistic, not just a partial here, there, and then keep running somewhere. It's so very important that once you find that I'm not saying only for me, but in general, right? So we need to just be watchful about what sort of environment we create. That's also important for manifestation. Yeah. And if we just say that, okay, you have all the messy environment, still think, oh, I'm positive, it's not going to help, right? So you need to see, even irrespective of it, like I very often quote this particular line, right? What Bharati says in his line, Poorinil nindridam bodham, ullam pongal illada amaidi meignanam. Even in the warlike situation, you can be at peace. That is the real wisdom. That's what the Bharat says. And if we can really be in that kind of thing, it's about the trained mind, untrained mind, right? So it's how we train our mind. The more and more greater you train, you would be able to just get the code of it, basically. Yeah. Super. High five. Thanks, Kasturi. Yeah.
Thank you.
And those who want to take deep dive, stay connected with this community, and maybe we'll one of our admins will be sharing the link here as well as here as well as in the other forums, so that just follow that and then be part of the journey, so that we'll all manifest together. Yeah. Surupa, would you like to add anything? Takeaways, the highlights, or anything? Or Satish, Dhanashekhar? If not, we'll conclude. Or Ramya.
Okay, நான் பேசுறேன். Zoomல யாராவது பேசுறாங்களா இல்ல?
Yeah, go ahead.
ஓகே நான் லாஸ்ட் ஒரு ஃபியூ செகண்ட்ஸ்ல வந்தேன்னா மை வே அதர் வே ட்ரூத் சொல்றப்ப ஸோ பல நேரங்களில் நாம அதை புரிஞ்சிக்காம தான் இருப்போம். ஸோ நீங்க ஏற்கனவே அந்த செஷன்ஸ்ல நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் உங்ககிட்ட கொஸ்டின் இதுதான். அப்ப நீங்க சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க நம்ம ஒரு இது வச்சுக்கலாம், மத்தவங்க வச்சுக்கலாம், பட் உண்மை எதுவோ அந்த பாதையில பயணிக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க. அது ஒரு டேக் அவேஸ்னா. அடுத்து வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த டாங்கி கழுதை பத்தி அந்த கதையை சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க. இதை நான் ஏற்கனவே தமிழ்லயும் கேட்டிருக்கேன். அது போறப்போ ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஒவ்வொன்று சொல்லுவாங்க, பட் உண்மையான நேதை எதோ நம்ம அதை நோக்கி எடுத்துக்கணும், நமக்கான ஒரு இலக்கை நோக்கி பயணிக்கணும் அப்படிங்கறத அதை எடுத்துனா. அப்புறம் தாட் அடிக்ட்ல சொல்லக்கூடியது எங்களுக்கு ஒரு தடவை நான் ஒரு தடவை எல்லாத்துக்கும் சொல்லிடுறேன். ஸோ நமக்கு என்ன தாட் வந்திருந்தாலும் நீங்க நான் ஏற்கனவே அந்த ப்ராசஸ்ல அது இதுல இருந்தேன். அப்ப நீங்க சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க குதிரை நம்மள தரத்தர நிறுத்திட்டு போதா இல்ல குதிரை மேல உட்காந்து நாம ஒரு பாதுகாப்பா பயணம் பண்றோமா அப்படிங்கிறது சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க. ஸோ தாட் அடிக்ட்ல வந்து நம்ம வந்து எண்ணங்கள் என்னவா இருந்தாலும் நம்ம ஒரு விட்னஸா, அதாவது ஒரு சாட்சி டிவி பாக்குற மாதிரி அதை கவனிச்சிட்டோம் அப்படின்னாலே நமக்கு ஆல் த ப்ராப்ளம் சால்வ். ஸோ அதை பத்தி சொல்ல பாருங்க. நன்றி.
Yeah, high five, Dhanashekhar. Great. I'm so glad like you are able to get through it, figuring it out. சிறப்பு. அதான் அந்த ஆக்ஷன் டேக்கிங் உடைய பெனிஃபிட். More and more, if you just continue just learning without doing, better not knowing. It's equal to not knowing. But if you really know and then also do at the right moment, right time, even today, right, whatever we learn, just see, go implement right now, right, with all the measures, right? So then you'll definitely be able to see the result. Yeah, good. High five.
இன்னொன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க, நம்ம சுத்தி இருக்கிறவங்க புரியாம ஒரு மனநிலை இருக்கலாம். ஸோ நம்ம பேஷனா இருந்து ஒரு பேஷனேட்டடா இருந்து நம்ம அதை முழுமையா செய்யணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க. அதை ஒரு டீக்க வயசுனா. நன்றி.
Yep. Passion as well as patience. பேரார்வம், பொறுமை.
ஓகேண்ணா. பொறுமை, பேரார்வம். நன்றிண்ணா.
Many times, people are not able to manifest because they don't have that passion for it. If the passion is, you see a kind of lack in it, just increase that amount, right? இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் அதன் மீது பேரார்வத்தை, இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பேரன்பை. We always say that, right? பேரன்போடும் பெரு விருப்பத்தோடும். We need to have the kind of deeper desire, burning desire for that. If you have it, number of ways you can always get it. Yeah, I can quote number of examples, but yeah, due to the time, I can. All right. So with this thought also, I want to conclude. So many times, people have their old identity, right? So many times, if you continue bringing that old identity, it's hijacking your new identity, then be watchful about it. One example, when people used to say one thing that, oh, I am from this background, oh, I am from this. So even I used to say, yeah, I studied from government school. I say it with the pride, not with, oh, one thing, I came from a government school. I studied Tamil medium. I did. I mean, it should not really put you down. You can feel pride because you came and you did it, you accept it, and just move on. Many people say, oh, I am poor. They say that, right? So if you continue saying it, you are still in the vibration. Even though the life gives you opportunity to move forward, you still wanted to be in that state. Many times people just, be in that state. They continue taking or, self-sabotaging themselves that, oh, I'm from a poor family, I'm from poor. So what? Now you know that you are poor, right? How we can really get out of poor, right? Yeah, I've been in a kind of that condition, but I've been into that But how the moment I take charge, then that life changes. If you don't take charge, you will still be in the same state, right? Yeah. So you need to just continue getting out of that thought also. Many people may still have, that's why. And keep elevating yourself. Yeah, I'm getting one more chat message. Yeah, with this will control. Okay. How to concentrate? How to concentrate? Yeah, good question. You all live in the kind of turbulence of distractions. The distractions are like, yeah, just a while ago, Dhanashekhar quoted, in one of my previous speeches, right? So he said about the horses. Think that, this 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts, treat each thought like a horse. If you are distracted, means if you are not aware of it. The awareness throws away the distractions. Awareness throws away the procrastination. Not that, or the purpose, how you really, what you really want to do. First, your destination. You have to be super clear. If you are super clear about your goal, you will automatically be concentrating because you know where you go, where you want to go. If you don't have any clarity, anybody can just take you for a ride. Anybody can just guide you, misguide you, right? So once you make a destination, assume that, you are getting into the road, a lot of traffic. There are different kind of vehicles which are coming, going in all directions. Same with thoughts also. Like the multiple horses here, there, in all directions are just going. If you're not aware of it, those horses will walk, run on you. If you have the clarity, if you have the awareness, you choose which thought is important. The engaging thought, the empowering thought. You get into that horse. Then what you do? You go to a place where you need to go. And you collect only the thoughts which are going to make you, not break you, not shake you. So that's how even in the concentration, so you have to find out where you are, where you want to go, and to go, which vehicle you want to choose, like which sort of thoughts you want to engage. That's why we do it in the Wake Up India movement, Wake Up USA movement. What do we do? So we do the affirmations. Those are the reprogramming. We do the visualization, we do the reprogram. You do a lot of goal setting, goal getting workshops and various things. So you get a clarity, you get clear understanding about your purpose. Then you'll just go, pick and choose, go, right? Concentration is nothing but being in that one thought, like Vivekananda says beautifully. Take one idea. Of course, you have a lot of ideas, and make that idea as your life. Breathe for it, run for it, go for it. And you need to just, make that as your life, make that idea as your life. If you're into multiple things, then, you would be bombarded everywhere. But if you have one goal, even if you do multiple things, all are interrelated. How many of you feel that even though each of you came from different things, right? Few of you on the law of attraction, few of you on the 2020 challenge, few of you on different things. How many of you feel that, we all got connected into one common goal? My life, my mission is to make lives better, right? Empowering the lives with the electrifying result. As long as we have clarity, right? So bring the kind of energy and empowering people in the kind of an abundance lifestyle. Can you bring abundance everywhere with any person? We can do it. Yeah. So that's how, we do it. Even though you do multiple activities, even though multiple programs, even though multiple ways we got connected, we always would be able to connect to a bigger vision, mission. And then all, it's like this, right? You can even note down those who are taking notes. All roads are taking to the castle. How many of you have been to this, Disney World? Right, I'm just giving this as an example. Right, I was talking to my team yesterday also. But so if you could see that, all roads are taking you to the castle. Castle in the sense, that is where the major happenings. So that's where, we go. So what is your purpose? What is your castle? What sort of castle you wanted to build, bring for you? உங்களுக்கென்று நீங்கள் கட்டப்போகின்ற அந்த சாம்ராஜ்ய கோட்டை என்ன? அந்த சாம்ராஜ்ய கோட்டையின் அதிபதி நீங்கள், ராஜா, ராணி. Once you claim that power, you'll just do that. You'll not just go here, there, seek various places. You'll just work only on that. You'll not just go search, okay, what is he saying? What is she saying? What is someone is saying? I've been in that kind of situation. Means like I had multiple mentors, coaches, and wherever something good, I'll just go. But good, I could at least channelize whatever is good. If not, I know how to get out of it. Even in the people. Once we know that it is taking you to the good vibe, you'll just continue engaging there. You'll stay connecting there. If it is something is not good, or it's not really just, okay, you get some feel good factor, but it's not moving anything forward, then it's not a transformation, it's not a manifestation. Get the point? Yeah. So then you need to concentrate, means just be in that thought. Make it as your life. Just give your fullest. You will get there, because it is what you attract. What you concentrate, what you feel, what you think is what you attract. இரும்பு துகள்களாய் இருப்பதை விட ஈர்க்கின்ற காந்தமாக இருக்க வேண்டும். Means how we really make ourselves as a magnetic person, but magnet attracting the positive vibrance, the greatness, the better prosperity, all the things. Not into attracting the anger people, attracting the low frequency people. No. In case if you are around an environment, just not letting you to grow, change the environment. Even if you can't change the people, change you into something. Or if that goal is not working, change the goal. That's okay. Just get into something, as long as it is keeping you moving forward. The ultimate thing is it really moving forward? If it's not moving forward, find out something, or find out a coach, find out the right place, tribe, get the guidance, and then go the way they ask you to go, to start with. Then not take charge completely. Being a self-driven is always important. Even if you are a push-driven, don't give the button for anyone to push. If you allow anyone to do it, then anybody can just take you for a ride also. Rather, be yourself, be in empowering environment. That answers, Ramya? High five.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I get the answer.
Very good, very good.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. Yeah.
ஓகே, நான் ஒரு கோட்டு படிச்சேன், அதை அப்படிங்க பகிர்ந்துக்கிறேன்.
Yeah.
ஓகேண்ணா, அதாவது என்ன அப்படின்னா, தீர்க்கமான சிந்தனை முடிவில்லாதவன் தன்னுடைய இலக்குகளை அடிக்கடி மாற்றிக்கொண்டே இருக்கிறான் அப்படின்னு படிச்சிருந்தேன் நான்.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't know where you go, you'll keep changing the bus. True? Give a smile if it is true. If you don't know where you go, you'll get into each bus which is stopping you. That's what will happen with the shiny object syndrome, folks. They just get into any bus which comes in. And then they will lose their time. Even, like, this morning also someone was saying, right? And so there was a question that, okay, yeah, I get into addiction, some sort of addiction. Addiction can be digital addiction. Addiction can be, something else. But if it is not a kind of, empowering addiction, empowering in the sense like, way I call it as addiction. Addiction may not be the right word, but basically the passion, right? On the empowering thing. It's taking you towards your goal. It makes your life even much better, right? If my yeah, my mission is, to transform millions and billions of people. Maybe now, whether I am doing it for the millions, may not be, but are you all part of that million? Yes, right? We all together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Which we are all are making. There are about 32 people listened and went in Clubhouse. Here there are about some particular number of people, right? So that means 50 people have touched your life. Good, Mahendiran, you're still going, keep going. Or if one person can really now go transform their kid, their life, their surrounding, you are going beyond. Yeah, yes. I see each of you as 100+ persons. That's how I see, or even 1,000 of you. It's all up to us and how we see it. And always, just to anchor in that field, anchor the thought. Whatever I say in NLP, there's one important thing. It's called anchoring. And anchor in that field into your zone. And then, what really, drives you to the next level. Just be in that zone. Continue creating. Even though it is artificial, just do it till it becomes automatic. Yeah. High five. Yeah. With that, we'll conclude. We'll see you again. Chin up, cheer up, and keep shining. So if you're not enrolled into this Monday manifestation, do it. Within 5 days, you will see the magic. If not, let me know. Right? That means something needs to be done in a right way. And each of you, whatever you feel you're lacking, whatever you feel you wanted to get into, whatever you want to let go. But let the manifestation be constructive. That's what is very important. Right. And yeah, that will conclude.